Welcome to the Everything Food podcast, where we serve up the good, the bad, and the ugly of all things food. I'm your host, personal chef Anthony Jordan. Today, we're joined by Nick Semersitzes, the owner of Kofinas Olive Oil, based in Cincinnati but rooted in the mountains of Crete. Kofinas is on a mission to bring unfiltered, first cold-pressed olive oil to the American tables and bust a few myths along the way. From sourcing to storage to peppery finish, Nick's here to help us separate the real from the fake. Who
Absolutely.
is Nick Semersitzes?
That's me. So, yeah, who is Nick Semersitzes? It's this guy right here. So I'm a part owner of Kofinas Olive Oil. We're located in Findlay Market. You'll find us in the main market house, right across from the information counter. If you've been there, you might have already seen us. It's where the silver tanks are on the wall and everything. And yeah, we bring you our personal stash from Crete. My family started producing olive oil way before I was born, probably in the if I remember correctly, it's the 1920s maybe, when some of these trees were planted. So it goes, my great grandfather, I believe, planted some of these trees. Some of them died and got replanted along the way, but some of them are original. And yeah, we've been doing it a long time. Yeah.
Great product.
I hope so. I hope people enjoy it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I actually just did a cooking class with the basil, and I had to fight them to get the bottle back. They're like, oh, and the lady was bragging. She's like, I was just there yesterday. I'm like, cool, so the word's out. We getting around, and we want to reach more people. That's why we
That's good to hear. That's good to hear for sure.
Yes, sir. I appreciate, the things that we do together, man.
Absolutely, man. Dude, you've been a great friend to me, man, since again, probably not before I was born, but still a long time, man. Like we've known each other for, it's got to be over 10 years now, right?
Oh yeah, easy,
yeah.
All right. We want you to help us understand what real olive oil should taste like.
Well, it should not be unpleasant, that's for sure. So it should have that olive oil taste that you've come to expect, and it should be smooth up front, but you want to have this pepperiness at the back end, and it doesn't mean bitterness. Which people have to understand. The pepperiness should literally be like a spicy feeling going up.
Yeah.
On the back towards your nose, which is a reason why when you taste olive oil, don't do like a big shot at once, because a lot of people think that it went down the wrong throat, but it didn't. It's just that pepperiness that comes out the back end that kind of makes people cough sometimes. And that pepperiness is important because it's a mark of basically of being a high quality olive oil. All extra virgin olive oil should have that. If it doesn't have that, you're probably looking at maybe some grade 2 or 3 pure or refined olive oil. And it's something you definitely want to look for. But again, a lot of times people talk about like polyphenols in olive oil, and a lot of times they confuse the bitterness of the flavor with polyphenols. All good olive oil should be naturally high in polyphenols, but yeah, you want to be careful. Bitterness is not necessarily, it's not a mark of quality in my opinion. Good olive oil should be very pleasant to the taste.
Okay, sounds good. I've tasted it. And then I've been learning from you. Okay, the taste itself. Now, many consumers store olive oil improperly. Explain that.
So obviously, like the best way to store it is in like ceramic jugs sealed with clay, which nobody's going to ever do that. You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. The second best way is in like metal containers, which we get it from our sources from just these aluminum, basically large 5-liter cans. But another excellent way to do it is just in glass bottles. The ideal is to have dark bottles because light will degrade olive oil. I used to think that it was just ultraviolet light that degrades olive oil, but the reality is all light eventually degrades olive oil. So you want to have a dark container. You want to keep the cap tightly on unless you're going to use it. If you're the type of person that uses the bottle in 30 days, then it doesn't really matter what you're going to store it in because it's not going to go bad before 30 days. But if it lasts a while, then you definitely want to have the cap tightly on. And also, you don't want it to be in a particularly hot place, like room temperature is fine. And another reason you don't want it to be with like one of those little pour spouts on permanently is because you want to avoid moisture. Water and oil don't mix. In this situation, it will degrade the olive oil too. So in a dark bottle in your cupboard with the cap tightly on is ideally just the best way to store it. If you put it in the fridge and it congeals into like a solid mass, that's absolutely not a problem as long as you didn't get it near the moisture that's in the fridge. When it warms up and just turns back into olive oil, it's perfectly fine. There's no water in olive oil for any ice crystals to form for it to damage. So even the freezer is just fine. Don't have to worry about it, but it's completely unnecessary. There's no reason to freeze the olive oil whatsoever.
Okay. So I'm out shopping, want to have some food, want to do a dinner, hit Finley Market. I come to your stand. What choices of safe flavors I got between olive oils and vinegars?
Well, I'll tell you, man, all of our flavors come from the same extra virgin first cold press olive oil. And what do you mean by safe flavors? Like everybody has their own personal, likes and dislikes. You know what I'm saying? Our vinegars all come from, there are two places. The Italian balsamics, they come from Modena. Is that how you pronounce it? I've seen it pronounced in so many different ways. Modena, I don't know. But anyway, we get them through a distributor, and they all come from Italy. And they're going to be the sweeter ones. They're going to be the thicker ones. The Greek olive oils are a lot of times what people get used to for salads. They're going to be not as sweet, not as thick. Anyway, so sorry, that was my wife. But all of our flavors are made with the same extra virgin olive oil for the olive oils, man. And I personally like the chipotle for cooking. It has this really nice, spicy, smoky flavor. I use it for high temperature cooking, like if I'm pan frying, like Italian sausage, where it's just sizzling off the frying pan. Or if I'm browning some ground meat for chili, it's a fantastic flavor. The Mediterranean is one of my personal favorites. It's fantastic paired with a traditional balsamic vinegar, where you get that rosemary and the thyme and the basil together with that great flavor from the balsamic. It's just a classic, like Italian pizza kitchen kind of flavor you're going to love. People love the garlic one, and it's probably our best seller. But it is real garlic, like I said, so I prefer that one for cooking to get that roasted garlic flavor once it's heated. And that goes for the spicy garlic too. The dill is very popular for potatoes in the oven or fish and some types of salad that's really good. So we got a lot of flavors for you to come try out. I think we're up to like 10 different flavors right now. So I can say I think you'll find one that you'll like if you come give us a try.
Well, I mean, not just because it's me and you, but it's quality product. I'm using it at home. I'm using the dill at home. I used basil today at a cooking class. New Year's Day, I used orange and something else. And I end up actually kind of giving the small ones away as gifts to the seniors that I do the cooking classes for. And again, lady today, I'm in Madisonville. I pull out the bottle and lady's like, "Oh, where you get that at?" I'm like, and I explained about the website. And she's like, "I was just there the other day. And so
our website has been unfortunately has been a source of embarrassment to us for a while, but our new website is almost done, and it's going to be up within a week, I think. And for our customers who are on our mailing list, you'll be getting some information about that with a discount coupon coming as soon as the new site is up. Just to say, hello, we're here, and thank you for being with us for so long. And man, it's Finley Market has been absolutely one of my. What can I say? We got our start there, and we're still there because Finley Market's beautiful, man. When you consider the history, when you consider what that place has been about, it has served the community for God knows how long. You know what I mean? Well, I'll tell you how long. Since 1850, I think, right?
Long time.
Yeah, that building is so old that none of us vendors are even allowed to scratch the walls. No, you can't put a screw in the wall. You can't do anything. That's all original masonry. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain humbleness when you're in such a place. You know what I mean? And I love it, man. I love everything about it.
What made the starting point Finley Market? Was it just
we used to do the farmers market there when we first started, literally 15 years ago. When you do the farmers market there, your goal is to always break into the main market house, because the farmers market's only like 3 days a week, but the market house is where you're there all the time, and it's warm for one.
Right.
But people aren't like, once you get in, man, people aren't like, there ain't much turnover. So you put yourself on a waiting list, you're going to be there. You might be there 5, 6, 7 years. So we were on the waiting list for a while, and then we're like, well, we only need a small spot. You know what I'm saying? And one of the back in the day, the VP, the president was Jack Burbrick, which not a lot of people remember. And he said, we don't have a spot in the main, we don't have a spot where the freezers and stuff are, but we got this little spot right here in the corner where they just had one table there for people to sit at, right? And we're like, you know what? We'll take it. And we just built out around that little spot, and we have a spot now. The only problem was we had the ladder going up to the bell tower. And so we would have to deal with that, with people coming in and visiting the HVAC system and stuff. Mm-hmm. But we made it work, man. What we lack in space, we make up for in cheap rent. So it's been beautiful.
Okay. So any new locations coming up soon, or am I letting the cat out the bag? Or
well, we're thinking about it now. We are thinking about getting a larger location from our processing facility in Montgomery. And the thing about it is, you got to be careful, because I ask people, would a larger facility like make the olive oil taste better? Because it sure would make it cost more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And our number one priority is to keep it affordable. I've been to Kroger's, man, and literally back in the day, Kroger's was, you get like some cheap stuff. Now they got like $30, $35 bottles of olive oil on the shelf, and I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? I mean, seriously? You know what I mean? I don't know who's buying that stuff. I mean, it's olive oil. Look, this is my philosophy. The olive oil needs to be a quality product, obviously, right? But in the end, man, it still grows on trees. You know what I'm saying? I've seen stuff on the internet for 50 and 60 and 70 bottles of olive oil. I'm like, is it going to give you like superpowers when you take this stuff, man?
Right. Is it going to make you fly?
Because that's what you're paying for, man.
Right. Yeah.
So we want to keep our product absolutely affordable for our customers. We do a bottle return too for people who are listening. If it's our bottles, the square bottles, if you bring it back to us, the empty bottle, when you're done, you get $1 discount for any of those bottles you bring back. It doesn't need a cap or anything on it. We will recycle that bottle. All sizes count, from the 100 ml to the 250s to the 500s. You know what I'm saying? Just bring the empty bottles back, and it's per bottle. You bring 5 bottles, you get $5 off. The most I've ever had returned at one time was this lady brought back 23 bottles, man. she literally brought back 3, but she bought like $350 worth of olive oil that day. So she's at that wall of fame for sure. We're happy to take it from you too.
That's good news, man. That's a good deal. Where do we find you in Kofinas Oil?
Oh, when you find me personally there?
Yeah, exactly.
Tuesdays and Saturdays from 1 to closing time. And I love to meet our new customers there, man, for sure. But all of our employees, man, all of our employees, from my wife to Tim, and God, I'm so bad with names. I can park wherever I want, man.
Your employees you don't want your employees to see this. You forgot their name.
Just apologize. The employee that works Sunday, I love the guy. He does a fantastic job, and I just can't think of his name, and I feel so embarrassed right now, man. You know what? I owe you a Coke, man, for sure.
And the employees, I walked in there one day, and I think it was to bring you the thumb drive. And Tim didn't even know I was there. And Tim was talking to 2 ladies, man, and I was very impressed by his knowledge of.
Dude, he is dedicated.
Yes, sir.
He's dedicated, man. When I knew him before I hired him, man, and you know what, Tim has certain health related issues. You know what I'm saying? But I knew a good employee when I saw one, man. I knew he was going to be just going to be the best when I saw him. I had a feeling, and he's worked out just great for us. When he's there, I feel absolutely perfectly confident he is the man.
Okay. So you have like packages, like instead of just buying one oil, they can buy 3.
We have little variety packs. Yeah, we have like a 2-pack, a 3-pack, a 4-pack, or a 6-pack. And you can pick all the olive oil flavors and most of the balsamic vinegar flavors, except for the Greek balsamic, because they're in bottles. They just don't fit in the little bags and stuff like that. We have gift sets we made up for Valentine's Day, and gift baskets for Christmas and stuff like that. All kinds of things. So yeah, it's not just, and also, if you guys are fans of olives, armufalata, I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but it's like this, I don't want to call it a tapenade because it's a little more than that, but I wouldn't call it a salad either. It's kind of in between, but it's a fantastic flavor. If you like olives, it comes in a mild, medium, and spicy. And I'll tell you what, if you like olives, it's life-changingly good. Like if you're an olive lover and you haven't tasted it, I envy you the moment when you first taste it because it's good. It's life-changingly good. It's made by a friend of mine in Chicago named Greg, the pickle guy. It's an incredibly popular product that we have for sure. What else?
The pickle guy, the muffalata is, I can vouch for it. I had 3 bottles of it from you. My son stole 2. He
It's
stole
addictive, isn't
2.
it? Yeah, it's addictive, isn't it?
Yes,
It's
sir.
it's it's good, man. And it's funny because it's vegan, right? And it has exactly 1 gram of carbs per serving. Like one. First of all, I didn't think anybody would mention that. What's 1 gram of carb? I thought the FDA had a different system or something. But
What's the
one
carb in
gram.
the peppers or something?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know. But it's got it's just it's like a pickle lover's dream for sure, man.
Yeah, yeah. All right, man. Well, we got you. Appreciate you. Love everything you're doing. I'm always here to support. Today, we're here with Nick Semersitzes. That's a wrap on today's episode with Kofinas Olive Oil from the groves of Crete to your kitchen counter. Nick reminds us that olive oil isn't just a condiment, it's a culture, a craft, and a daily act of nourishment.
You
Store it
got it.
right, use it often, and never settle for bland. Stay curious, stay hungry, and keep questioning everything food. Thank you, sir.
And thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. I'll
Appreciate
see
you.
you again soon. You take care,
Got
bro.
you. Have
Bye.
a great day.
Yeah, man. To all our fans out there, have a good one.
Thanks.